Hey everyone! So today's going to be probably one of the shortest videos I've ever done. There is so little information on this case that it's hard to wrap your mind around, but this case is also somehow so confusing that that's also really wild with as little information as we have. You'll see once we get into it, there's a lot of discrepancies. Um, I I can't wrap my mind around it. When I was doing research, I kept thinking I was just seeing the wrong dates or the wrong information and I have to go back, and then I was like, this isn't lining up with each other. And I finally found an article that acknowledged the discrepancies, and I was like, okay, so yes, there's discrepancies here. I'm gonna give you the information that I have, and I'm going to try to tell you what I think or explain this in the least confusing way that's possible. Uh, let's just get into it. So I just want to say all the links that I used for research will be down below. Today we're talking about David Emerson Jr. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So he was originally reported missing. Okay, I just want to say that this is where the discrepancies start, because in one article it says that he was originally reported missing on Christmas Eve of 2014, and it is acknowledged that there is a missing persons report for him on that date, but police then confirmed he was last seen sometime between midnight and 4 a.m. on January 1st, 2015. His roommates said that he moved to Lubbock, Texas, but there have been absolutely no confirmed sightings on him there. And just so you guys know, he lived in Snyder, Texas at the time of his disappearance, and he was supposed to have moved to Lubbock according to his roommates. And when he went missing, he was 36. On February 18th, 2015, his mother was extremely worried, so she went to his house to check on him after weeks had passed with no contact from him. Her fears grew when she arrived and was informed that he hadn't been there in weeks. And then she would file a missing persons report soon after. So there was a missing report for him on Christmas Eve, and then he was seen January 1st, supposedly. And then there was another report in February. Okay. We're going to talk about these discrepancies again. So, investigators do believe that foul play could be responsible for his disappearance, but other than that, we really don't have many details, and it's really unclear why there are so many discrepancies about the day he went missing. We just don't know why. We do not know why there's so many discrepancies. Why was he reported missing on Christmas Eve? Was he just not seen around Christmas by anybody? They got worried, reported him missing, and then he was seen again in January, he just popped up, and then he really did go missing again in January or February or something. His mom got worried, came out to see him, realized he wasn't there, and then reported him missing again. That could be an option. I hope that made sense. He was maybe believed to have been missing, popped back up, did actually go missing, and then was reported missing again by his mother. That's kind of maybe what could have happened. I also want to say that I don't know if it was his roommates that reported him missing the first time. It didn't tell me. I want to say that right off the bat, I got a weird feeling from the roommates just because they said he moved, even though there was no confirmed sightings of him in Lubbock, Texas. That just made me feel weird. Especially if he went missing. Let's just say, because we don't know who reported him missing the first time. If it was the roommates, why did they not notify any of his family? Even if you don't know his family, I would feel like you would still reach out, right? If I was in the situation where this was my roommate, they went missing, even if I didn't know their family, I would still feel the need to reach out to them, because I live with them. I lived with their loved one. I would say I would want to reach out and say, "Hey, they're missing. I've reported them missing. You should probably get out here." I feel like that's just something that you would do. So it's kind of weird that she had to show up after weeks of not hearing from him just to find out that he's been missing for a while. And because of that, if he was last seen January 1st, was that the day that something may have happened to him? There's so much time in between all of this that it's just weird. I don't know what to make about that. So we got there was one article that even mentions the discrepancy, so I don't know what to make about that. But then, over 2 years after he vanished in 2017, his friends and family were notified that someone had logged into his Facebook page and accessed Facebook Messenger, but no messages were sent from his account, nor were there any posts made. So I guess they just saw that he was active on Facebook, he had logged in, but nobody, whether it was him or someone else, did anything. I feel like if it was him, he probably would be like, "Hey guys, it's me." But the fact that whoever it was didn't do anything is kind of weird. Like it could have just been a scammer too, which is really gross. Um, but it could have been him. It also could have been whoever maybe did something to him. So to finish this video off, we have a little tidbit here that is about David. And then I also have a phone number if you have any tips. So David was born February 10th, 1979, and today he would be 44. When he went missing, he was 5'10" and 170 pounds. He was a male black man. He was last seen with a plain white t-shirt, black athletic pants, a black bandana on his head, sunglasses, black and white Nike Air Jordans, a silver fleur de lis necklace. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. A silver cross necklace, a black rope necklace with a key on it, a yellow rubber bracelet, a watch, stud earrings, and a ball-type tongue ring. He also has a tattoo of his nickname D-D-E-E on his shoulder and a scar on the right side of his face from a metal medical implant near his right eye. And he also wears eyeglasses for reading. If you may know anything about David, maybe you've seen him or you've maybe heard something that could be of that could benefit this or help this case, I should say, you can contact Snyder PD at 325-573-2611. Again, that is Snyder PD 325-573-2611. I will have that number on the end screen just so you can actually see it. And yeah, that's literally all I have for David. Like I said, there wasn't much, but what we had, I feel like we still really don't know this case. Like there are so many discrepancies, like what's real and what's not. And I can't believe that only one article really acknowledged the discrepancies. Like I want to know why he was reported missing on Christmas Eve, was seen on January 1st. Apparently went missing January 1st or sometime in January. Just because that was the last time he was seen was January 1st doesn't mean that's like when he actually went missing, you know? So like what day did something actually happen, you know? And how long was it between then and when his mom showed up and filed another missing persons report? Why did his friends not notify the family? Like, hey, even if they weren't the ones that filed a missing report, just to say like, hey, your son is gone. Like he hasn't been here in a while. Have you seen him? Like I know he was 36 years old, but still, I would say that you probably are acquaintances at least if you're living together. I mean, I would be worried about this person even if I barely knew them and I was living with them. I would say, hey, I haven't seen your son in a really long time. Have you seen him? Should I be worried? Do you know where he is? Like, is this something to worry about? I would at least reach out to the family. And maybe they did do that. But I don't think so, considering his mom realized he wasn't there when she showed up. So it's like, kind of like they didn't feel the need to do that or something. And maybe it's because they just assume, he's a grown man. People, you can go missing if you want. You can go missing. It's still, I would say that you could be worried and mention it to the family at least. I don't know. The roommates just kind of threw me off. Um, but what do you guys think? I I don't know. Honestly, I don't think he's with us anymore. Um, and I think it's just because there have been no confirmed sightings where he's supposed to be, and then the roommates, the very little information we had that I read to you in the beginning, they just seemed kind of weird. Like, I can't imagine just not reporting someone. I wouldn't say not reporting someone missing, but like not telling their family. Um, I don't know. They gave me a weird vibe. And then just the discrepancies with the days. Like, was the police doing something? I don't know. It is in Texas. Texas police are a little bitches. Just saying. So, like, what the heck happened, But yeah, that's what I got. I will have the links down below if you guys want to go and read the articles for yourselves, and maybe it can make more sense to you. I tried to make this as cohesive as I possibly could without it being muddled. So I'm sorry. I hope some of it made sense, but that's going to be all for me today. I do hope that David comes home or he's found some way, somehow, and I hope that we find out what really happened. I will be keeping an eye on this. I don't know if we'll ever get answers because this did happen 2014, 2015. Also, the Facebook thing is kind of weird, but like I said, it could have been just scammers. But that's going to be all for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for listening to David's story, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.